Hi Guy. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time of visiting this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thanks. In today's video I will explain how my coworker stole my idea. The board found out the truth. I still remember the sound the elevator made that Monday morning, this soft, metallic sigh that echoed exactly how my soul felt. Exhausted. Hopeful, but afraid to hope too much. I stood there clutching my tablet like a lifeline, scrolling through the notes for the presentation I had spent 3 months building. This idea was supposed to be my breakthrough. My proof. My moment. I had always felt invisible at the company. I didn't go to after-work drinks, I rarely posted on LinkedIn, and I didn't know how to play the political game everyone else mastered so effortlessly. I only knew one thing: work hard, deliver, repeat. My name is Maya, and this is the story of how my coworker stole my idea. And how the board discovered the truth. The background: my quiet life, my loud dream. I came from a small home with peeling walls, a single mother, and a childhood that taught me that nothing was guaranteed except the things you fought for. My mother used to say, "If life won't open doors for you, baby, build the damn hinges yourself." So when I got hired at Apex Dynamics, one of the most competitive tech firms in the country, it felt like my hinge moment. I had finally built a door, and I was determined to walk through it. But Apex had a culture, a subtle, quiet, cutthroat undertone that everyone pretended wasn't there. The kind where smiles hid knives. The kind where praise was an endangered species and favoritism was the only currency anyone truly respected. And then there was Ethan. Mr. Charming. Mr. Everyone's favorite. Mr. I never do any real work but somehow get credit. You know the type. We all know the type. For months, Ethan and I had been assigned to the same project team, though somehow I always ended up doing the heavy lifting. While he collected all the great compliments in meetings, I tolerated it. Until the day I handed him my future on a silver platter. The idea that changed everything. The company had announced a competition among employees: create a scalable product proposal that would improve customer retention and win the firm new enterprise partners. The winning proposal would be pitched to the board, and the winner would lead the implementation team. This was the kind of opportunity people waited years for. I spent nights and weekends building something revolutionary, a digital adaptive analytics tool that used behavioral indicators to personalize client experiences in real time. It was elegant, precise, innovative. And mine. Only close colleagues knew I was working on it. Only one person had seen the full draft. Ethan. He had begged to take a look at my model, saying he thought my product might change everything and he wanted to offer feedback. Naively, stupidly, I trusted him. I emailed him the file. And 2 weeks later came the betrayal that cracked something deep inside me. The moment everything shattered. It was presentation day. The conference room buzzed. The kind of hum that felt like electricity under my skin. Everyone gathered, executives included. I sat at the edge of my seat, reviewing my slides one more time. Then the HR director announced. Next up, we have Ethan Clark, presenting his proposal, Adaptive Behavioral Client Analytics. My heart stopped. My lungs forgot how to inhale. My vision blurred. I watched Ethan stroll to the front of the room with the same confidence of someone who had never been punished a day in his life. He plugged in his laptop, clicked to his first slide, and my title stared back at me. My design. My layout. My color scheme. My concept. My invention. My blood, sweat, and sleepless nights. He didn't even bother to change the format. Gasps echoed around the room as he spoke with a smooth, practiced voice. Explaining every detail of the product I had birthed with my brain and my pain. I felt sick. Sick enough to faint. Sick enough to scream. Sick enough to cry. But I did none of those things. I sat there frozen, like someone had unplugged my entire soul. When he finished, applause broke out. Loud. Enthusiastic. The kind of applause meant for a genius. I could barely breathe. And then the director said the words that crushed me. Outstanding work, Ethan. The board will meet with you next week for final approvals. I heard clapping. and laughing, and chairs sliding back. And I felt the world collapse in slow motion. Downfall, the week that broke me. I didn't sleep that night. Or the next. My thoughts twisted into painful knots. Had I been too trusting? Too quiet? Too me? Text messages from co-workers came in. OMG, did you see Ethan's idea? Brilliant. He's totally getting promoted after this. Damn, Maya, he really delivered. I felt physically ill. On Wednesday, I worked from the supply room just so no one would see my tears. I didn't eat, didn't talk, didn't raise my head in meetings. But the worst moment was when Ethan casually approached my desk, leaned on the divider, and said in the smug voice I will never forget. "Hey, Maya, thanks for letting me look at your rough draft. It really helped shape my final concept." Final concept. He said it like I should thank him. Like he had done me a favor. Something snapped inside me. Not anger. Not rage. A slow-burning resolve, cold, razor-sharp. Because if there's one thing a quiet person understands better than anyone, it's observation. And I had observed something that no one else seemed to notice. Ethan was arrogant. And arrogance makes people careless. The turning point, when the universe shifted. Friday morning, the board unexpectedly requested printed documentation for all submitted project drafts. This had never happened before. The HR director hurried around the floor asking for files. I watched him. His confident mask slipped for just a millisecond. That was the moment hope flickered inside me. He didn't have a paper trail. I did. He didn't have dated drafts. I did. He didn't have concept development logs. I did. 4 years, I had documented everything old habit from working under managers who would take credit if you didn't protect yourself. For the first time in my life, my paranoia felt like a blessing. I quietly walked to HR and handed them a folder, thick, time-stamped, detailed. The HR director flipped through it, her brows slowly rising. Then she asked the question that made my pulse thunder. Maya, did you submit a proposal for this competition? I swallowed. I did. Her eyes widened. Why didn't you present it? My voice cracked. Because someone else already did. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. Her face said it all. That afternoon, I was called into a private meeting. HR. 2 senior managers. 1 board liaison. My hands shook as they played the security footage. Me handing Ethan a USB. Him accessing my files. Him emailing my document to himself. Him deleting the sent email from my machine. I stared at the screen, my heart pounding louder than the audio. The HR director spoke softly. Maya. I'm so sorry. I didn't cry. Not yet. Then came the second meeting, this time with Ethan. I wasn't supposed to be there, but they invited me to observe since it concerned my intellectual property. He walked in with that same annoying swagger, until he saw the printed documents spread across the table, my drafts, my timestamps, my research logs. The color drained from his face. The VP leaned forward. Ethan, do you have ANY paperwork proving this idea is yours? Silence. Any drafts? Silence. Any emails? Silence. His voice trembled. It was a collaboration. I contributed a lot. The VP cut him off. We get you. And Fincy, everything I win the battle, and I was celebrated. Thanks for listening.